Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Just sees you long before you see her, and in less than 10 seconds, she's already decided something about you. Not because she's judgmental, not because she's shallow, but because she's wired for intuition. You might think you're invisible to her. You might think you're a salt and pepper hair. Your life experience, your slower pace, and officer-spaced world disqualify you. But what noon tells you to the right kind of woman? Those exact traits are magnetic because women don't just look at an older man and see age. They see energy, presence, posture, tone. They feel something even before they understand what it is. And what they feel is the difference between a man who has surveilled himself. You see, younger men have a speed, have muscle, they have enthusiasm. But older men, they have weight. Not physical weight, emotional gravity. The kind that doesn't need toss-speak to be noticed. The kind that doesn't need to inside your own skin. In this, I say, exactly why women notice older men so sharply. Not because they expect you to perfect, but because they hope, even crave, that you'll be stable, reliably, emotionally safe, mentally present, and sensually confident without being performative. You see, younger men chase validation. They try to. Hard. They'll very claim, overcompensate, overcompete. But an older man, if he's done the work, if he's earned excellence, he doesn't need to prove anything. And that's where real magnetism lives. But here's the most older men fail this test. Because they don't realize that women is the smallest things. First, the way you hold your hands. The way you rise, rest, or dart. The way you sit. When no one is talking, where you say hello. Not just the words, but the frequency are not being judged. You're being felt. And in today's video, I'm going to show you the first 9 things women immediately notice in older men. Whether you're at the grocery store, a business meeting, or just walking past her, and because if you understand what is tuned into, you can't stop wasting energy trying to impress and instead start mastering quiet details that create instant respect, curiosity, and attraction. This isn't about becoming so else. It's about amplifying who we already are, or when you are truly grounded. So, if you're ready to stop wondering what women are thinking when they look at you and start becoming the kind of man who already knows, let's be in sign number 1. Your posture is head grounded or collapsing before you ever speak. Before she ever hears. You're in a mesh watches how you carry yourself, not just how tall you are, but how much of fewer height you actually own. Do you walk like a man with intention, or do you shuffle like Simeone fading into the background? An older man with straight, grounded posture doesn't just look strong. He feels strong. His spine, eyes aligned, his chest relaxes, shoulders back, but not force. He walks not with arrogance, but with ownership of his space. Why does this matter? Because a posture is primal. Communicate daemon, safety, health without saying a word. A man who is slouched overhead out chest collapsed. He sends a signal. I've given up. But a man who walks into a room like he belongs there, hesitantly tells the world, I survive, Andy. I'm still standing to a woman that's not just attractive. It's reassuring. Send Toya eyes. Does he see the room or seek approval? Woman, can tell. Ho! You err from your eyes alone, not because of color, not because of shape, but because of stillness or aura. Eyes darting, scanning, voiding, or do there, calmly with awareness. An older man with steady, relaxed eyes communicate us to critical traits. Self-free and emotional compasser. He doesn't stare. He doesn't look away too quickly. S's and then lets go. This is where many men fail. They confuse eye contact with aggression, but real masculine eye contact is angering, not piercing. When you can look at her without flinching, then calmly turn your gaze elsewhere without needing anything from her. You've already said more about your power than 1,000 words ever could. Sign number 3. Your voice. Is it rooted or rush? Here's the sound of your voice before it even processes your words. Is it calm? It's slow? Does it carry depth or desperation? A mature man's voice does arise and fall with emotion. It stays lower, relaxed. It's measured not because he's trying to sound cool, but because his nervous system is under control. Rude voice says, I'm trying to impress you. A calm voice says, I'm ready. Enough fear. Voice is your frequency, and when it's grounded, clear, unhurried, she feels it not in her ears, but in her body. Sign number 4. Your hands a silent story of your masculinity. You may think women don't nod as hands, but they do more than your cold ever imagine. It's not just their sizzy or shape, but how they move. Are they shaky? Are they fidgeting? Are they closed, tight, restless, or do they move with ease, with slowness, with capable hands? Tell her how you might hold her, how you work, how safe or dangerous. That would feel to be close to you if you didn't know nothing. Else start being aware of what your hands are doing when you are not thinking. Hands that move would relax. Certainty are deeply attractive as they tell her, I've been through things. I've handled things and you don't need to show off about it. Sign number 5. Your presence insolence. How do you exist without speaking? This is own F, the most powerful. Things women notice, and it separates mature men from insecure boys immediately. How do you exist in a room when you're not the center of attention? You fidget, interrupt, fill every gap with noise, or you sit back, still alert, relax, and let the world come to you. Silent presence is where true masculinity lives not in domination, but in containment. Amen. Who is calm and silence listens without needing to respond. Observe us with that. Trying to be seen that a man is rare and women feel it instantly. He doesn't chase attention Becky's hell ready has his own sign. Number 6. Your grooming the discipline. Oh, shine instantly registers. You don't need to look young. You need to look intentional. Women notice everything. The neatness of your beard, the shine of your shoes, the way your shirt fits your shoulders. Isn't you subtle or overwhelming? An older man who has disciplined grooming habits is sending a silent signal. I respect myself. And when you respect yourself, she feels safe respecting you. Your grooming is still about ego. It's about self-command shows you take care of thy things that matter. And to her, that means you'll take care of her, too. Number 7, your boundaries. She feels them without you saying a word. A man with weak boundaries is transparent. She'll Can feel it instantly that you'll drop off everything for her. Tension that'll abandon your time, your values, your frame just to make her like you. But field a man who's clear unspoken boundaries. He radiates respect because he's not mean. He's just unavailability. I think that doesn't align with where she notices when you don't respond to every message instantly. She notices you say no calmly. She notices Sheena. You keep your commitments not for her, but for you. That's not just attractive. It's magnetic because she's not used to it. Sign number 8. Your interaction with others. Social gravity over social performance. How do people respond when you walk into a room? Do they straighten up? Do they greet you with respect or do they ignore you? A woman watches how other men treat you, how waiters react to you, how younger people speak around you. And she's not looking for popularity. She's scanning for gravity dot. If you move through Thor like a man who commands attention quietly, she sees it, she stores it, she starts wondering, who is this guy? Leadership is never about being the loudest. Voice is about being the calmest presence. Sign number 9, your emotional stillness. Can you be trusted with my storm? This is the ultimate is watching how easily you get railed, how reactive you are, how quick you are to get offended, flustered or dramatic. If your peace can be stolen by a comment, delay a rejection, she'll never open her world to you. But if you stay centered, if you can hold yourself in uncomfortable tension, if you can sit in chaos without becoming chaotic, then she knows you're not just a man, you're a fortress. Because every woman creates emotional weather, and she's silent liking if I fall apart. Can he hold in together? If the answer is yes, yep. There is kind of man the one desires and respects. So now, yep. Before you ever open your mouth, before you smile, before you speak your story or offer your best trait, she's already watching, feeling, sensing who we really are behind the mask, behind the clothes, behind the age, and we might have been taught to speak louder, try harder, or fake confidence. The truth is, the most powerful men don't treat at all. They don't chase attention. They don't perform for acceptance. They didn't disguise their age. Their voice were their presence. Because they know a woman doesn't fall for the man who talks the most. She falls for the one who sits a very thing without saying a word. It's in the way you walk. It's in the pause between your words. It's in how still you remain when other men are scrambling for validation. And if you recognize a dwarf in these 9 signs, or if you know see where you've been giving away your presence to is all, then you're really ahead of 99% of men. Now the question is, will you sharpen these traits? Where you become so grounded, so steady, so rooted in masculine calm that women can feel your presence. That these can you enter room because when you won't need to impress, you won't need to convince. You won't need to pee. You'll simply be and she'll feel safer with you than she does anywhere. So, if this video gave you insight into what really makes older and inanely attractive, tap that like button now. It's more than just a click dot, it's your way of saying I choose come over chaos, substance over noise. And if you haven't already, make sure you have a subscribed to Stoic Self because her masculinity, about power to move through this world like on, who's done the work and no longer needs applause to feel complete. drop a comment below. Which of these 9 things have women noticed about you without you realizing it? Or which only are you committed to developing this year? Remember, you don't become a irresistible by being the loudest man in the room. You become irresistible by boom, the cost. You don't need youth. You need presence. And presence comes not from performance, but from peace. This is Stoic self. And this is your reminder. You were never too old. You were just too distracted to realize. Eyes already noticing everything. Now becometh man she's silently hoping you already are until next time. Stand tall, breathe deep, and move slowly. Which cows when your energy is unshakable? She'll feel it even from across their room.